right, so what day is today?
June 26th.
June 26th. Here we go.
All right. Good?
Yeah. I think. I'm not sure why the battery is not charging. Let's hope it does figure itself out soon. Anyway, we're starting in Inwood, Dyckman Street, and I'm gonna end up at Wagner Park, as we said earlier. I wish I had a lot more colorful commentary, informative, educational. I'll try to make some commentary along the way if we pass something notable, or you know, neighborhoods or whatever. But anyway, I don't know for how long, but Becky has been trying to do this. Well, she's wanted to do a half marathon before she turns 30, and that's coming up very soon. So she's been actually training really hard, and it's been amazing to see that growth. But unfortunately, the last 2 weeks, she's seen some knee pain. So we're hoping that it doesn't affect her too much. And then that's her cousin Chris, and Chris is gonna run with her like a mile or something like that. Feels nice. But anyway, it's supposed to be super humid today, so I hope it actually lets off, because Becky doesn't do really good in high heat, humid situations. But she's born in July. What can you do? And I think the plan is that she wants to try to do the New York Marathon if she can get in this year. So TBD on those plans, we'll see. And if I had to guess, she's probably listening to the In the Heights soundtrack to get her juices flowing. That movie came out maybe a couple of weeks ago. We saw it. We even stopped by the premiere up here in Washington Heights where we live, and she just absolutely loves it. So hopefully that will carry her through. Ooh. So one of the logistical challenges for like 2 hours on the path is where I can bike and where I can't, where she can run and where she can't. So I'm going to do my best to capture as much of the event as possible, but there may be times where we have to cut off our broadcast or interrupt it, but we'll resume. I also need to figure out how to, so we couldn't find a marathon or half that was convenient for us. She wanted to do a big one, couldn't find it, so in traditional Becky fashion, she said, I'm gonna make up my own. So we don't have water stations, we don't have cordon off areas, so I'm actually the water boy, and I have a lot of water with me to cool her down, but we'll have to figure out that logistical issue, just because, well, in terms of filming and stopping, etc. So anyway. Becky, how do you feel? Hurts?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So she's already reporting a little bit of knee pain. So I'm a little bit worried. I believe she can do it. I've seen her do it. But let's just hope today turns out to be good. But we're excited to see all the friends and family, either along the route or at the end, to celebrate with us, regardless of the outcome. So anyway, we're passing, I believe it's Fort Tryon Park. I don't know if you can see it in the screen, but it's actually really, really pretty. It's kind of one of these hidden gems up here that if you live further downtown in Manhattan, which is likely the case, you probably would never come up here, except if you wanted to maybe visit the cloisters, which is part of the Met Museum network, for lack of a better term. But it's super nice here. You can see, I mean, not right now, but where we live, pretty unobstructed views of the river, the Hudson River, and the GW Bridge. So Chris and I, her cousin, did a Spartan race a couple of weeks ago. Just a short, fun one, a 5K in Bethel, New York. It was a sprint. Not too bad, but there were a couple of things that we couldn't do, which we will have to work on, because we are going to do, I think it's called a beast, which is essentially this same distance, 13.1 miles, but in like mountainous area, forest, with I believe 30 obstacles. So anyway, she's been training ruthlessly. She, even before this meeting up with Becky, ran 5 miles for kicks. So she's probably a lot more serious than I am. So what you're seeing here is the West Side Highway too. Hopefully people will be charitable if we are blocking their way, and I don't know. Really nice day though. We expect a lot of people to be outside, so hopefully we can actually get a good spot. In the park. So this neighborhood is Washington Heights. I don't know much about it. I mean, we live here. We saw the movie. It's probably not going to be the full picture of what this really cool neighborhood is, but it's apparently, it's mostly Dominican, that's for sure. There's a significant Jewish population. And I don't know, I heard in, well, we saw in the movie that it actually used to be, hello, it looks like she's in good spirits, so that's good. Used to be quite Irish. So it's just kind of interesting to see the population movement and change over time. wonder what people are thinking when they pass us, seeing our bibs. I have mine on the front, but I hope there will be random acts of kindness and cheering. All right, you're done?
For now.
Oh, she's only run 6 miles, but she's calling it.
I'm gonna catch up with Allison and Daniel.
Okay. All right, so actually she just shared something that is gonna happen. So we're going to run into Becky's good friend from college, Daniel and Allison, and they live in Washington Heights, surprisingly like 2 blocks away, so really convenient. And I believe they're going to be down by the Lighthouse. You won't be able to see it, but we are passing Castle Village right now, where Manuel Miranda, I believe, lives. But anyway, we're gonna go down to beneath the bridge, the GW bridge, and not too far, like just at the base of the bridge is they call it the Little Red Lighthouse. So that's apparently where they will be. So I guess we've run 1 mile already. I don't have a distance tracker or whatever the name for that is. But she's looking good. So I'm happy to see that. So this is where we would normally cross over the overpass, and we would come out right there. Washington Heights, what else? There's a big hospital there. I'm not going to say the name because I'm probably going to get it wrong. Huge hospital, very, like, I think nationally recognized. In fact, I think they may have had the first COVID death there. I mean, not that that's something to be proud of, but you know, they were sending people there probably because it's a good hospital. There are a couple of places that we love to eat here. I mean, we won't have passed them yet, but Broadway Slice is a pizza place that honestly is not just me boasting about a local neighborhood spot. It is legitimately one of the best that I've had here. This is going to be difficult because it's very steep. And then Harlem Public, which is on 149th. Oh wow, this guy, so it's very steep. This guy just came up, and this guy, without any assistance, or without getting off the bike. That is really impressive. So I'm going hard on the brakes because it's very steep. But I don't know, I'm watching her form and stride. I'm trying to see if she's, hello, feeling any pain or compensating. We'll have to keep a close eye on that.
You could be selling drugs and all that shit.
So this is actually the way I go to work if I ride my bike. It's about 10 miles for me each way, but it's nice when it's cool. Right now, June, it's just starting to feel really, really humid. So if I'm riding with a backpack and a laptop's in there and it's pressed against my back, it's not the best feeling, especially for 10 miles and then showing up to work all sweaty. But this is a really great way. I mean, it's not, obviously the subway is faster, but when you factor in walking, waiting, I can almost do it in the same amount of time and get that exercise and feel good about saving $2.75. So this is where I'm gonna start to worry a little bit, because there will be people going fast, runners, bikers, kids. So the lighthouse is here. I'm not sure where I'm looking for our friends. I don't actually see them. Maybe they were riding bikes, I don't know. But I don't know where they are. So that's okay. So we may have, I don't know, we may have missed them, but oh, they're behind.
Do you see them?
I hear some shouting and hollering. You should.
I don't see them up there.
I know.
I feel bad.
Well, yeah. We shared our location. I'm not sure.
They're like going down like way early.
I thought I heard some hollering. I think you should keep going. We'll see them later. So, yeah, hopefully, maybe they're up front. I don't know. Maybe they're riding their bike. I'm not sure.
I didn't know you were playing.
Oh, they're here.
I was like, where are you?
And they're playing. Oh, uh-oh. Hello. Hey, guys. Bye. Oh, it's cool. So Allison likes to play tennis. Good thing we didn't miss them. She had a funny story. One of the first times I actually spent more time with Becky, before we dated, before we even were really friends. No, maybe we were friends. Anyway, we had a friend named Kendra who was running the New York half, or no, maybe even full. Probably the full, actually. But we went to go cheer her on. We were there in plenty of time. But it's, you know, obviously really loud. There's a lot of people, and we just, like, we were there in time and she completely missed us, which was unfortunate because we were probably there for probably at least 30 minutes ahead of time, and we could track her and everything. So that was a lot of work for nothing. But I'm glad we saw our first people. So now, I don't know what the name of this park is, but it's really nice, and it's above Riverbank State Park. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but on a really nice day, maybe it's too early, maybe we'll see it a little further south, but one thing that's really cool and fun about the Dominican people here is they love coming out and having barbecues and parties and having really elaborate, fun setups outside with, you know, chairs, tents, everything. So loud music, and it can go, you know, the whole day. It's just super fun. So hopefully we'll see some of that. On the right here, I looked this up on Google Maps, but these are called the Sisyphus Stones. I have no idea who put these up. but it's really cool. And yeah, you can see we're like basically running along the river, and we will be for the rest of the race. It's actually feeling okay. I hope she's feeling okay. It's not, there's a little bit of a breeze. She looks like she's in good spirits, so that's awesome. So far, everybody, haven't made anybody mad yet, so that's good. We'll often see duck and geese here too. So you'll see also some very serious bike riders with all their gear, just very fast people. Okay, do what you need to do. So she's staying on this path. I don't know if it's a bike path, who knows? Or I mean, I don't know if people can't run here. I've seen people run here. Anyway, one, it's cooler, so that's nice. She's doing that versus running on dirt and grass, so I guess she is right now. Just so we can keep the film rolling and not lose sight of her. And so one of the cool things about here is like there's a lot of tennis courts, and then we're going to pass a soccer field as well. And it's just not as crowded up here. So, you know, of course they have these facilities down there, but you know, then you're like competing with a lot of other people. So just a little secret, if you don't mind making the trek up, you should have an easier time getting a tennis court or a soccer field. So she's actually looking really good. I don't see any change in form, so I don't know, maybe she's just warrioring it and pushing through pain. She did take some Advil, but I hope that it doesn't flare up. Oh, and we're also right next to, for now, the Metro North train east of the Hudson. So, you know, you can take this from Grand Central or Harlem, 125th Street, and you could take this up pretty far. In fact, where we got married at Storm King up there, Cornwall, I guess, New York, is, I mean, there's not a train station there per se, but it will take you along the river to a lot of these places. It's really nice. It's not quite upstate New York, technically it is, but there are people who, especially during COVID, moved out, bought really nice homes, more space, work remote, and maybe can still do that. But if they're close enough to the train, it's actually not that difficult to get into the city. Of course, depending on where you work. I mean, you can get into Manhattan, but you know, either, well, probably Grand Central, but then you need to figure out how to get to your final destination. So Becky purchased this, I have no idea what it's called, for lack of a better term, a runner's utility belt that lets her hold stuff, phone, cards, keys, money, and water. So she has 2 little water bottles there. Not a ton of water. I mean, good enough for a short run. Probably not 13 miles. So really convenient. Only problem is it's, you know, it's not like something that keeps the temperature. So that water, even though we had it in the fridge, will probably get warm. But I have a few in the back, in my backpack, so she will be fine. All right, so I don't know if this is exactly Riverbank State Park. I think that's actually the structure. But we're in this park now, and you can see, I mean, this is a serious setup, right? They're obviously not yet ready. Maybe that looks like a wedding almost. But yeah, they're serious, and no one does it better. It might be like graduation parties. That's what we've been seeing recently. But yeah, you have basketball courts here. People rollerblade. What else? I've seen people sunbathe, read, fish. Although I wouldn't recommend the fishing unless you're just doing it for fun. I don't even know if it's legal, to be honest. But I've seen people do it. Actually, when I was biking home one night after work, I witnessed from afar a drive-by shooting, which was a bit scary. We did call the police department, but they said they have ways of tracking these things, but none of their equipment picked it up, signals I guess, but that's wrong. I know it was a shooting, but I was too far, I couldn't see it. Definitely heard it and heard a car speed off. Anyway, no screams or anything, I don't know. Hopefully there's nothing, no injuries. Actually passing close to where Becky used to live for, I don't know, 6 years or so, on 150th in Hamilton Heights, where Alexander Hamilton lived, I believe, and his grange, or I don't know, that's probably a word for home, is there, and it's a museum, and you can go take a tour through. I've never done it. The Harlem Public is here. It's one of our favorite places to eat. Make sure you say hi to Lorenzo. He is one of the greeters and seaters. And my favorite there is the Parmesan crusted burger. It's incredible. It's a fatty patty. I forget how much it costs, 16 bucks, 17 maybe. It's not cheap, but it's not crazy for New York. And then Becky loves the hot fried thigh chicken. Yep, thank you. So that was really nice. That would be the ideal encounter. So it is feeling a little bit warm. Looks like she's grabbing her first sip of water. I want her to drink liberally. not to think liberally, but to drink liberally, because we have water in the back, and the more she drinks, the more she stays hydrated, and also selfishly, the lighter my backpack becomes. Wow, what a nice setup here. This looks like a wedding again. So I think Becky may have said this to me before. I don't know if it's right, but at some street and above, you can start having barbecues. So I don't think you can do that in Central Park or anywhere like any of the big parks. So as you start to go to outer boroughs and farther neighborhoods, sounds like you can do more things. So she just threw up 3 fingers, looks like 3 miles, so that's good. She looks good. I don't sense anything. I think she had mentioned something earlier that she was feeling some pain, but it doesn't look like it's affected her. So 3 miles out of 13, still got 10 more. It's pretty quiet now, but by 12 it's going to be bumpy. But it's nice to see people out, right? The city's finally emerging from COVID lockdowns and measures and whatever, so it's great to see people out and about. I mean, for the longest time it was just nobody out here. I remember last Easter we definitely came out here to do an egg hunt. Do the things to maintain a semblance of normalcy during a very weird and unique time. So it's a good thing that we're starting a little earlier. I mean, one, to do it in a cooler time frame, but hopefully there's just less traffic. I think when we get down there, especially since the weather is so nice, there's just a lot of people out and about. So this is Riverbank State Park. This is a huge complex. You can ice skate, roller skate. There's a swimming pool, playgrounds, track and field for soccer, football. I always see people doing exercises there, fitness stuff. There's a restaurant up there. I'm not remembering what it's called. Basketball, baseball court, field. They have, I don't know what the name of the league is. There's probably multiple ones. But they're recreational leagues, and actually one of the first times I hung out with Becky was she was playing on a soccer team with some folks at church, and they needed subs, and I was living far down south, West Village, so it was kind of a hike, but because I'm too cheap, don't really want to pay what I think are kind of expensive league fees. When I was subbing, it was free, so he gave me an excuse to put on my cleats, and yeah, we played together a couple of games. It was a lot of fun. It's just not super convenient. I mean, this is city life. You just kind of have to choose your priorities. So Riverbank State Park is about, I want to say 10 blocks long, so it's a significant park. One other park that's worth mentioning is, I mean, we're already out of the Heights now, and I think there's a dog in that person's backpack. Yep. There's some sort of giant public pool in the Heights on the east side, which we've never been. We saw it in the movie. We hope to go to it at some point. It's free. Looks really awesome. A lot of fun. I don't know. I don't think it's that easy for us to get to, but still worth making the trip out. That coming. I should probably, I mean, we're figuring this out. I wanted to document this because this is her, you know, her official run, but I need to, you know, I have a GoPro and a external battery jerry rigged to my handlebars, but I think I was having issues charging it for some reason, so I'll have to check. I don't know how long this GoPro battery will last. It's a GoPro 8. I think we're doing it on 2.7K 30 frames per second, 64 gig memory card, so it said 2 hours and 37 minutes, which should be plenty of memory, but I just need to make sure that we have enough battery. I used to have a GoPro 5 and that would go probably no longer than 20 minutes, honestly. So they've made a lot of improvement. Loki. So she's pointing out to one of those huge billboards off the freeway. Loki on Disney Plus. We've enjoyed it a lot. She's really loved watching the Marvel movies, which has been a hugely pleasant surprise. She has a penchant for rom-com flicks, just romantic chick flicks type of stuff. You know, your You've Got Mails, Sleepless in Seattle, anything Nicholas Sparks. We loved A Walk to Remember. That's something we share. And I do enjoy watching those other things, but I never imagined that she would enjoy watching Marvel movies, just CGI big summer flicks. We started watching WandaVision randomly on Disney Plus because, I don't know, I was just curious. I actually didn't enjoy the first 2 episodes. I wasn't sure what they were building up to, but Becky did, and we finished it, we enjoyed it, and then she said, why don't we watch. She was curious because, you know, the MCU does such a great job of tying all the movies together. So, oops. I've never gone this path. Maybe this is a good time to check the battery. It's still at 95%. I think it is charging. Anyway, sorry about the interruption. That's good. So I think it is charging. I'll catch up. Anyway, this is a water treatment plant. I'll catch up. riding my trusty Tommaso Imola bike. Great entry bike, I'm told. I don't know much about bikes. Anyway, I popped my first tire within 3 days, so that wasn't fun. So I'm a little bit wary. I mean, they're very thin tires. I'm a little bit wary about where I ride, you know, if there's debris. 4 miles, she has said. But yeah, I've never followed her back there on that sidewalk, and there wasn't a way to go down without going through a bunch of debris and jumping off the sidewalk. So anyway, on the right you can see here, I think it's an old Coast Guard ship, but they renovated it and turned it into a sort of a, I guess it's a restaurant, hangout spot called the Baylander. And they probably opened 1, 2, 3 years ago. It's really cool. Very fun place to hang out. So we're basically approaching 125th Street right now in Harlem. Let's see. Yeah, we'll be passing Columbia. We won't see it, but that's kind of the general area where we are. So 125th Street here. The one thing that we might come here for is Dinosaur Barbecue. It's right here on basically the water. There was another place that we really enjoyed called Beer Straws, which was a really fun beer garden. You could get these huge 2-liter beer boots. So you know, if you had something like that, you would definitely be spending an afternoon or night there. So that was fun. They closed for some reason. I'm not sure why. Super popular spot. It's just unfortunate. Look, looks like Becky's feeling good. Very happy to see that. You can't see it on the right, but there's also one of our. So this is Riverside Park. It looks like it's called Cherry Walk. But on the right, across the river in Jersey, there's a place. There's a Korean spa called Sojo. We've been there once. Really fun. Extremely expensive. May not be worth it. It's just kind of to be going there regularly. But Ducati looks like a Panigale. Sounds beautiful. Anyway, Sojo is a great spot. It's not a traditional Korean spa where you're taking off your clothes in public. It's just kind of a Disneyland of spas and pools. It's huge. It's really big. I think there's 5-6 floors or something like that. For us, we could probably get there 5-mile run. They have, you can take the bus and get an Uber. They actually have a shuttle from Midtown, which we took. So we actually enjoyed it, but it's just really expensive. And you probably don't want to go there. I mean, if you go there, you're making a whole day trip out of it, right? 4-6 hours, something like that. She just pointed to another billboard. Fast and Furious 9 is out. F9, I guess is what it's called. I cannot wait to watch it. Of course, I will watch it matinee so I can get it cheap. Because, oh, there's another guy with a GoPro. Because I don't believe in paying $16, $17 to watch a movie. So we're leaving Harlem right now. Probably getting close to Columbia. At this point, we're firmly on the west side of the West Side Highway, so we're not going to be able to see anything other than parks and river now. But she's looking really good. I don't see any indication of discomfort, so I'm super happy about that. I think we were really worried that the pain would flare up. On Thursday she tried to run 2 miles. I don't think she finished and she broke down crying. The Saturday I think. Before that, she did a 10-mile run, but it was really hard. She broke down crying as well. So we were just, I think she doesn't want to let herself down. She's been training, she's been working really hard. So I know there's that pressure she's probably putting on herself. There's also probably a little bit of pressure socially, just because, you know, we're having about 20 people show up and cheer her along the way and to meet her at the finish line. And her mom's coming from Seattle. So, you know, I think she, and of course all of us, we all want her to succeed. But we're still early in the game. I mean, we're probably coming up on 5 miles right now. So, you know, it's too early to tell. This is the first time I've seen people drop off stuff on the shoulder of the freeway. This is pretty smart. So now we have a clue as to what she's been listening to. Clearly ABBA, 17. And she truly is the dancing queen. I'm not the dancing king, but she goes with her other dancing queens. One of her favorite spots in Inwood, actually where we started, on Dyckman Street, or maybe Dyckman Avenue, is called Mama Juana, which is a Dominican drink, but it's also a restaurant slash club at night. And so that's actually one of her favorite places to go dance. So we're very fortunate. We were definitely praying for a couple of things. For her pain, obviously, and good weather. So far, I mean, I don't know how she feels, but it's feeling pretty good. She hasn't asked for any water spray. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's not, the sun doesn't feel as if it's beating down on us. So, I don't know, I'm riding a bike very slowly, so I'm not going to feel it the same way she does, but I think so far it's pretty good. We're supposed, the forecast says 50% chance of rain at 1 p.m, so maybe we have some sort of system coming in, but hey, we'll take it. Nobody wants to run in 90-degree blazing heat, humid as heck, so I'm glad. And I think what's important about this is, of course, it's going to be a personal feat and achievement for herself, but this might be kind of a predictor for whether or not she actually wants to try to do other halves, or possibly the marathon. So I have no desire to do that with her, but I want to cheer her on. I've definitely come with her on a couple of these half runs, but it's hard for me. So, but I want to be there for her if she wants to go that way. So we've also seen the proliferation of like electric scooters, bikes, mopeds. I don't know, there's these single-wheeled platforms that people ride, so you can see anything and everything along the path here. Of course, I prefer good old-fashioned human-powered transportation, either biking or running. But you know, if you gotta run, I mean, if you gotta get somewhere quickly, do it. So I'm definitely in the pedestrian lane, but hopefully going this speed, people won't mind. Seeing a pickup in activity here. I mean, this is kind of a long stretch and you can't really get to the path easily, so naturally there can't be that many people, but once we start getting past start getting into the Upper West Side, where there's entrances every 10 blocks or so, I expect to see more people. There's actually a walkway where I can't even go. It's cordoned off, so we're gonna have to figure that out. What? 5? Oh, guess that's mile 5. I thought we had passed it. So on the left side, there are more parks. Actually, I don't think this is new, but I had never noticed it. But there's a skate park, and there are soccer fields. We actually, I don't remember what the website or league was, but they were having these kind of, what do you call it? Weekend tournaments. And you just came with your team and played, and I played with some folks from church and we actually won. It was incredible. It was a long day, tiring, and it's hard to play with people who are new. I mean, who you're new to, but it was incredible. We won. So we're starting to get into the Upper West Side now. It's definitely a nicer area. Families. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about traffic and obstructing people's way, so let's hope for the best. This woman here, she's on a city bike. You can get these bikes at so many stations. I don't know what you pay, but you can rent it for half an hour or the whole day. You get yearly passes. But they recently started putting out electric bikes too. So that's pretty neat to see. I actually think biking is one of the best ways to explore any big city, so that makes it really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right here. She has to be sprayed, so this is a good time to take a look at the video. Looks good, we're still full power. I need to pull out her spray bottle. Might be something I continue to hold on, I'm not sure. Here it is. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. When I need to stop to give her water and stuff, let me just catch up to her. How I'm going to do this. I don't think I can actually do it. So she's probably feeling a little bit heated now. Here. We seriously just bought this the other day at CVS. Never seen someone do that, but it's almost like make sure we get any water there. No, give it to me. No, give it to me. Other hand. Here.
Sorry.
So I'm just gonna pause because I don't want to carry it. Do you need water? No? Okay. I'm just gonna pause for a second, put this away. Check the camera. One second. You know, maybe it's not so bad. I'll carry it. If she needs it again, we'll see. It is a... I was contemplating running with her to cheer her on, but if I ride, I can definitely take stuff in my backpack, water, especially if we were fearing it's going to be super hot. Maybe it's not such a big deal now, but I think she will need more water. But one thing we didn't really think about, we just kind of tested this last weekend for the first time, was how do I bike, tape, and do all of this stuff at, you know, her running pace. You know, in a real marathon, you're gonna have TV crews and whatever, multiple people and driving. Obviously, we're bootstrapping here and figuring things out. But one thing I didn't think about was just how hard it is to continue to go at this pace. Give her whatever she needs, and then also just kind of feel comfortable sitting on this bike. This bike, I don't know, it reminds me of when I used to ride motorcycles. It just doesn't feel like something, or at least a seat, that you should be on longer than an hour because it hurts. But my hands are hurting, etc. So anyway, we're gonna do what we need to do to make sure she succeeds. What's good stuff to figure out in the future. So we're in the Upper West Side now. You can see here are tennis courts, and I think these are nicer facilities. Stuff gets, I would imagine, better maintained here. But you have to, you might even, I don't know if you have to pay, but there's definitely a lot of people. I know you can rent stuff as well. Probably, I don't know where we are, 90s, 80s. I love seeing when people push their kids and run. I think I read something in the news the other day. Somebody ran a half or full with like 4 kids or something. That was incredible. That's inspiration. How's your knee? Music is probably too loud. Anyway, it looks good though. Super excited so far. She usually gets some sort of what are they? Blisters around mile 6. So let's just hope that she doesn't get them this time. Well, yeah, that's where, you know, the further we go, that's where it starts switching from physical to more mental, kind of pushing through pain. I don't want her to push through her if she has some sort of knee injury, but if she has blisters or she's feeling tired or out of breath, I want her to push through that, because that's just mental. I'm pretty quiet still. I'm surprised. I mean, it's probably 10:30 now or something like that. 6 miles, she says. I think things are really looking up though. I'm excited. I'm feeling more optimistic and confident that she, you know, can finish it. Stretches along the running path. I don't know what it is, if it has a name, but some sort of structure. Coming up. Especially as summer's just right around the corner, I've noticed a lot more boats mooring on the river. I don't know how that whole system works, but cool to see. Something that would be fun to do in retirement, just buy a boat, travel the world, stop, you know, just stop, moor wherever you want, see countries that way. I don't have the faintest idea how to captain a boat. Obviously we'd have to learn that.
I think they were thinking they'd be in the hands of someone.
Must be 80s right now, because we are approaching something called what is it called, River Boat Basin or something like that, on 79th Street, which is a really cool place. We've been there. We used to go to church on the Upper West Side on 79th Street at First Baptist, so it was an easy place to go to after, but we haven't been there forever. It's a very nice spot though, especially in the summer. Looking, getting food and drinks and looking over the water. What I'm thinking about though is celebrating with her, of course, number 1, but 2, finishing this thing and getting or eating the pot belly that we ordered and celebrating with everybody. I am definitely very hungry at this point. I had a glass of chocolate milk today. That's about it. But I'm glad she's doing this, just even from my own perspective. I know this was kind of a stretch goal for her. I remember the first time we ran 6, 7, 8 miles, she had never done it. She didn't even realize she could do it. I know she can. She's just maybe never had the opportunity to challenge herself or had people around her to challenge her, which is definitely something I'm happy to do. But it's great to kind of start off our 3rd decade with such a big bang, and I hope it's the start of even bigger and better things to come. So here we are. I won't be able to show you the Riverboat Basin. It is really nice, but this marks the beginning of.
What are you gonna do up here?
You can, I can go around, or you can go up. It's not that hard. So you're gonna keep going straight?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah. So she's never run up there. It's actually a very simple path, but that's okay. I think better to avoid the hills. But we'll have to separate for a little while. I don't actually know. I mean, we'll just have to wait for her. I'm not sure how long this separation is. I suppose I could walk with her, but it's okay. Let's go around. Okay, see you in a bit. So I don't know, we'll see where we rendezvous. It looks okay though. I'm glad. So this is where the bikes have to go. I don't know, they put some art structures up recently. At least this will give me a chance to get off the bike. My hand, if anything, my hand is hurting the most. It's kind of sore. I want to hit this hard, so out of momentum. Easy peasy. So this is actually 79th. So we're right above the Riverboat Basin, or whatever it's called. I'll take some of these areas fast, just because it's nice and fun, and don't really have anything better to do because we're going to be separated for a while. So as you can see, it's a pretty long walkway. I don't know how long it'll take for her to get there, but we'll just wait. hit this really hard one time, and then as I turned, thinking that I could knee drag like on a motorcycle, which I can't, but thinking that I could, I took the turn a little sharper, and I guess I didn't realize the pedal would catch, and it did. And thankfully I didn't fall, but that was a little bit of a scary thing. Actually, I'm going to turn around and wait for her here. So it looks like we have another sort of walkway that we'll have to separate. So we're 1 hour 12 in. Battery looks good, so I'm super happy about that. So many things to go wrong. You know, we're a little startup here, but glad things are going okay so far. So we're getting near Columbus Circle, getting out of Upper West Side and closer at some point to Hell's Kitchen. So I would say we're halfway there though. It's exciting. She's coming. There she is. With a big old smile. Who can do it like that except her? Hello. There she is.
Spray me.
Spray. She wants some spray. Alright. So I'm gonna have to separate again. See where we can meet up. It starts to get a little tricky here. Bye. Yes. Because there's a lot more pedestrian traffic. So yeah, we'll figure it out. I think it's gonna get a lot more congested once we get around the Intrepid, around there. So anyway, they just redid this. It looks fantastic. Nice basketball courts. That look new. So this is a cool place. I think it's something Pier Cafe, Pier 1, I don't know. Never actually been here. Thank you. Yeah, Pier 1 Cafe or something like that. Anyway, it's unfortunate because, you know what, I'm gonna stop here to get another view of her, but it's a walkway, so I can't. Let's just go here. We'll see her coming by. There she is. 7.25. So I don't think I can bike there. Trying to make a game time decision. I don't want to risk the ire of people, so I'll find something reasonable. You can see her on the right, maybe. I think she said 7.2, so we are halfway. Oops, bad shift. There she is. I don't know if you can see her. Let's see if I can find a... Oh, there's a walkway there. I'll catch her there for a second. Zooming by other people. There she is. More spray? Okay, there she goes. I liken this spray thing to when you're a little kid, you're in the grocery store in the produce aisle, and that, you know, those vegetables or whatever that need to be cooled, I guess. You know, it has that thunder sound and it sort of sprays in. I love being there. Or actually, it reminds me of when I'm in Disney World and it's so hot and humid there, and they have these like cooling stations. Alright, so we actually didn't do this before because we never made it this far, but there's a lot of stations I can just kind of pop in. There she is. She's coming. You want something in your mouth? That's Becky. Some things can't explain. Okay, alright, let's keep going. We'll be out of this park soon. I don't know that I'm gonna... Actually, she's taking a farther route, so I'm not gonna stop at this next one. So we're getting very close to Columbus Circle, 59th Street. We're getting out of the 60s right now. Alright, so out of the park. So hopefully we'll be able to follow her a little bit here. Let me get on somewhere convenient. What's this? on the street side. Don't want to get yelled at by not that hot. Oh, there she is. She hasn't used up any of her water. So, unfortunate for me because I have to carry everything, but better to be prepared than not. So this is where it's going to start getting tricky about, well, I mean, I guess it already has been tricky, but still trying to film her in these heavily pedestrian traffic areas. I don't know. We may have to split up again. I believe one of her friends is going to be coming up at some point. But that might be the last person. Oopsie. So it looks like she's going to continue here, so I'm not going to be able to do it. So that's Columbus Circle-ish area. I'm not going to follow her in there. Maybe I can kind of go slowly. You can see her. Yeah, we tried to figure this out on a prior one, but I don't think it was really convenient for her to run on the bike path. I mean, I think you can, but it just wasn't easy. So anyway, now we're in the much more, that's okay, maybe commercial is the right word, area of Manhattan. So they have a lot of car dealerships for some reason, basically almost on the highway. Ooh, very nice WRX right there. And you can see her running right there. Oh, 3 Blackhawks up there. Not exactly sure. We regularly see military aircraft going up the Hudson. Becky said she saw a fighter jet yesterday. So they have flyovers, but I don't know what bases they're going to and fro. Exercises. We've seen the Presidential Marine Arm, I forget what it's called, VMX or something.
Are you guys getting those?
And here she's gonna pop out right here.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm over 8.
8 miles, she said. Excellent.
I'm tired.
She's tired. You said tired? Okay, keep pushing. You got it. So as you can see, it's getting really starting to get packed. Every time I see a husky, it makes me very happy. We have a husky at home. Not our home, my parents have a husky. My sister just adopted a Belgian Malinois, so those are the two dogs that are really breeds that are near and dear to us. She can do it. I'm feeling really positive and super optimistic and confident and reassured that she can. Her pace might be slower. She said she's getting tired, but there's no evidence of pain, discomfort that's slowing her down. So it's okay. First time, you know, it's not about time and rushing, but just finishing, to know that she can do it, and once she can do it, she can do it better. This is definitely not so easy with all the traffic, but we'll figure it out. Actually, so far so good, not too bad. It is getting a little bit warmer. It's probably why she wanted a couple of those water sprays. So I have to like watch out. Get split up here. So we'll separate here. Figure out where the next stop is. If I can keep going slower, maybe we'll just stay with her. This is the USS Intrepid. I don't remember what class carrier this is. It's definitely not a Nimitz. It's the one right below it. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to go without her at this point. Anyway, this is a great place. They do movies on the deck. They have, of course, during Fleet Week in May, they have activities there. So we are in Hell's Kitchen now. So it's known for a lot of great restaurants. And you know, it's not far from the theater district, Times Square, and all of that fun stuff. I also believe you are able to do free kayaking here. So if you're looking for a cheap, inexpensive summer activity, date, that's okay.
You can come over here too.
Date or whatever. I'll just go with her. Slow. They don't get yelled at by anybody. But anyway, free. There are 3 spots in the city where you can do this free kayaking. So it's actually pretty cool. It's only 20 minutes. It's not I'm not going to be planning everything there, but you know, it's better than paying 25 bucks somewhere else. And I don't, the 20 minutes is not, it's not a hard and fast rule if it's not a lot of people. So I guess this is called the Hudson River Park. So actually, if you want to take Hudson River tours, this is basically where you would be picked up and boarding. I sent my parents on a tour when they had visited. I was at work one day, and so I just put them on a boat that went down to Financial District, Brooklyn. It's pretty nice. It actually doesn't have to be that expensive. So right now, if you can see, this is Becky's future workplace. I think in 2022. But right here is, we're about 34th Street, or maybe a little south. But this is a new development called Hudson Yards. So it's all the way on the west side. Definitely some high-end shopping, kind of like Brookfield Place downtown, which we will pass. Oh, I know that guy from church. But yeah, there's a lot of office space, and this is where she will be working. It's not, at least it's on the west side. She currently works on the east side, and you know, she'll get obviously really great office space, but it's not super easy to get to, because we would take the A down to Penn Station 34th, but then you need, which is on 8th Avenue, but then you need to walk 3-4 avenues, so not super easy to get to. I think there's a 7 train, which maybe you can get from Port Authority, Times Square-ish area. That was hard. Not a good biker. And then they have this world's best ferry. I see this all the time. I don't actually know what they do. They have really nice buildings, and I don't know, they may have some residences, who knows. But there's one building up there, it's sort of the flagship, if you will, that has a really cool attraction. It is called the Edge, and basically it's a outdoor deck that juts out from one of their top floors, and even has a glass floor on it, so you can see everything below you. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna maybe risk drawing the raft of people. Let's see. Forgot what I was saying. Oh, the Edge. So yeah, it's just an outdoor platform. I don't know, it's 34 bucks or something like that. I mean, similar vein type of attraction as the World Trade Center going up there. I think they've done yoga classes up there, which actually sounds like a really great thing. Anyway, we'll see her from here. So they're, let me make a couple comments. I don't know, they're building some Pier out here. This is also the Classic Car Club, which is really great. So the edge, yeah, so you can just go up there. I think we'll go up there at some point. I'm sure it's like really great visibility. It's kind of cool to see. There's also something in Hudson Yards called, oh, I saw somebody wearing a shirt, the most informal running club ever. I ran with him once, but it's just kind of a free random get together. Anyway, so kind of like the edge and that yoga class, I take bar classes at bar 3, and they're doing some sort of rooftop bar classes in the morning at the public hotel, so looking forward to doing that. It's pretty noisy here. Oh, so one more thing, the vessel is just, I mean, I believe it's I don't want to misspeak, but I think it's $150 million project. It's like a inverted honeycomb which you can walk up. It's really cool. There's been a rash of suicides there, so it's kind of a little bit of scandal. You'll notice that it was pretty loud here earlier. I can't really show you the video, but there is a heliport here, the Midtown Teleport. So if you have money, or you're important, or you think you're important, you might do that. I've never been on a helicopter in New York. That is something on our to-do list. There's a helipad. Oh wow. Somebody on a jigsaw, and he has kind of a How to Train Your Dragon toothless helmet. Anyway, so I think it's upwards of $200 for a 15-minute flight. That's just something we'd like to do at some point. Another thing we're going to try to do this summer, and we haven't done it for a while. Oh wow, look at this S2000. Sorry, everybody's coming out. So here's the company, blade.com. Oh, so you can see that S2000. Reminds me of home. Anyway, let's try to pause here to catch a view of Becky. There she is. But we're going to try to rent jet skis, and I think that's probably one of the coolest ways to tour and see Manhattan. So anyway, she's running by the blade.com entrance. You see it, VIP Teleport. There she is. Okay.
I don't know, I'm so thirsty.
Okay, she's so thirsty. She wants cold water. So anyway, as I fill this up, I'm just going to put the spray away. I'm just going to give you a view of the vessel as I refill this. So she's probably feeling a little bit of the heat now.
You guys?
Totally expected. Drop the bike. I'm not exactly sure how I will see her. These are one of the challenges of videoing and riding water and doing a DIY half marathon. But anyway, I actually don't think it's been too bad so far. Let me try to catch her up with her refill. It's nice, it's actually cold water. Let's get going. Approaching Chelsea Piers, which is a place to get on boats. It's also a recreational area indoors. Well, they have a golfing range. Inside they have gymnastics, bowling alley, restaurant, these small futsal type of soccer fields, batting cages. It's a very cool place to be. Batting cages aren't too expensive. I think they go up to 60 miles an hour, so should be able to hit that. Fun place. Let's see if I can catch it here. So this is the frying pan. Actually, super cool place. I had an office party here once. Just, yeah, very cool place to be seen. Drinks on the water, like what else could you ask for? I'm not exactly sure where she is. I wonder if past. I'll give it like a minute or so. If I don't see her, then I'll continue down. I don't think I was going that fast. But it did take me a while to fill up water. The other thing I can do is I'll just look her up, her location up on the phone. But I'm gonna try one more path first because it's possible she already just went. Because if so, then I should see her soon. Maybe she has gone this far. I just need to keep an eye out for her. So this is Chelsea Piers right here. So we went from Hell's Kitchen to Chelsea Piers. Alright, Chelsea. It's also a really cool, young, hip place, same as Hell's Kitchen. Would be great places to live if you have the money. Okay, I don't know where she is. I just can't believe that she's gone this far. So I'm just gonna take.
So our friends live down in like a village.
I'm gonna take out my phone really quick.
They had a massive leak in there.
Check her spot.
That has a hole on the top and a balcony. You can see everything. And it was only 2 blocks, 2 or 3 blocks away from really?
I got all these texts from people.
Yeah. Like, there for, they've been there a month.
Oh, so she's Actually, you're ahead of me. All these texts from people as if I could respond while biking, but I'll get back. So she was going faster than I thought, or I just really took a long time. So she says 20th Street. This is where I would go to work. I hope she's not going to be mad at me for missing her. It's totally my fault. But I don't know how I could have done it any faster. I think I see her now. Holding stuff in my hand though actually makes it quite difficult because I only have my one brake to pull. And I see her now and I'll be able to get her. She's looking at me. She's thirsty. I'll remind her that if she drinks of the water from Christ, that is, she shall never thirst. Your Uber Eats delivery? Oh, yes, thank you.
Someone cheered me on.
She's saying someone cheered her on. Random person. Yeah, somebody else did too when they saw mine. So you have fans. And you are technically a fan. No, whatever you want. I need to get out of here. This is a non-biking zone. So there's a park, the 14th Street Park. I actually did a bar class outside. That was a ton of fun. Here. And we're coming up on one of New York's newest attractions, the Little Island. So this was, I think, built by, well, mostly funded by Barry Diller and Diane von Furstenberg. It's like a $250 million project, but it's a raised island off an abandoned pier. It's hard to get into because you need to have reservations. So we still haven't actually been there, but it's like raised on several, I don't know, 134 concrete platforms or something like that. So you can see how many people are here. Yeah, so we're looking for her one friend Maddie, but not exactly sure where we'll see her. So Maddie is a friend from school again, and we went with her to watch the Jonas Brothers, which was a lot of fun for the girls. And Celine Dion, I'm sorry. Celine Dion, which was a lot of fun for all of us. Jonas Brothers, I liked. It's just new stuff for me. So you could just see how unbelievably packed it is here, and it's not easy for me to ride on. It's not cobblestone, but whatever. But we are getting close to the finish line, and she is doing fantastic. I don't know how her time is, but she looks like she's in great shape. Glad I could help her out with the water. I mean, this is a very, you know, below 59th Street. It's just a very popular place to run and bike. So there's a ton of people, and I can't even believe how insane some of these, this little island line is. It's actually incredible. Wow, I actually have never seen this line this long before. Well, so what's happening is that before 12, anybody can get in. But starting at 12 is when it's ticketed reservations. It's actually free, but I mean, clearly there's a lot of demand. It just opened, I think, last month. And they look like they're doing another project here. I don't know exactly what. Friend is. I hope we don't miss her, because this friend is also not able to meet with us for lunch, so it's kind of a far, long way to come out if you can't be there. So anyway, I'm sorry. So we've gone through Chelsea, we're going through West Village right now, which is where I used to live, and in fact you know, that's where Bar 3 is. That's close to work, so I spent a lot of time here. If we had the money, it would be wonderful to live here. It's just a really nice, quaint little area. It's a lot of celebrities, wealthy people for sure. Probably not going to get the best bang for your buck, but some people have a lot of bucks. So we are passing, or we're going to come across another pier. I don't know what pier it is, but I think it's a little bit further south. We come here because we believe it's the cheapest mini golf in the city. When we were dating a couple of years ago, I think it was only $5 or $6. It might be 7 or 8 now, which is still not crazy. 18 holes, casual, you know, easy date. There's also one of our favorite spots to get dessert. It's called Waffle and Dingas. It's not only here, but there's a permanent spot here. Well, I think they usually have these little trailers that they work out of. I mean, there are a couple of permanent spots. And there's also, I don't know what it's called, but it's some sort of winery, city vineyard or something. I don't know, but definitely a cool place to be seen. Beautiful. That also reminds me, as we had passed West Village, right above it was a place called Meatpacking District, where actually it's where Becky and I really started to maybe consider dating, is at the PayPal holiday party at the Standard rooftop. So that's there. That's a very cool place. That's definitely a place to be seen as well. So a lot of people here. We are nearing the finish line, so this is great. I mean, we probably have, I'd say, 2 miles left or something. We're not far, and she's really doing great. Charles Street. Charles reminds me of two things. My tap dancing teacher at Broadway Steps near 72nd and Broadway. And the child we sponsored through Compassion International. Charles should be 4 years old, I believe, and he is somewhere in Kenya. I hope one day we can go visit him. That would be really nice. So actually, one interesting thing about New York, if you guys may or may not know, at least Manhattan works off a grid system. So generally, you know, you go to obviously a huge tourist spot, and it can be very scary to go to one of the world's largest metropolitan cities, and you could get lost pretty easily. And I would say one thing about this that's, you know, maybe better than San Francisco in terms of navigation is that we use a grid system. So Manhattan's an island. From west to east, let's say east to west, we start with avenues going, I mean, it's a numerical system, but as you go to certain areas it stops. But where it starts, it goes from 1st Avenue all the way to 12th, from east to west, and then from south to north, I think it's maybe west 4th. That might be the lowest, or maybe 3rd, and it goes up all the way to 200. I don't know. I mean, you can take the train to 240, I think. So, you know, if we wanted to meet somewhere, say Times Square, I would say 42nd Street and oh, there's Maddie. So sweet. Wow, she's running in sandals too. And a backpack. And a jumper. A romper. This is so cool. Becky has really good friends, and really good friends, close friends she keeps in touch with, so it's really sweet to see this. And I think Maddie lives in Brooklyn, so it's a hike. So you can see the World Trade Center here. We went from West Village, now we're probably Tribeca, and then we'll get into the financial district and then Battery Park, and that'll round off our run. We're very close. We're passing a street called Houston, which I think should be Houston properly, but that's New York. So we're passing Pier 40 here, or the big soccer complex. I played here once with somebody from my church community group. So Tribeca is a very cool place. I would say, oh, here's some tennis courts, nicer tennis courts. I don't think we passed the mini golf pier yet. Anyway, Tribeca is an acronym for Triangle Below Canal Street. I would say it's actually one of the most expensive neighborhoods in New York, and it's more young couples and maybe families. Oh, I think I see. I'm hearing a lot of activity on the river. There are a ton of boats, jet skis. I've never seen that before. Wow, it's a huge parade, a flotilla. Wow, that'll be fun. One of these days when we get to do that. Oh, she didn't even know I was here. You're on camera. Thanks for running with her. You're so sweet. Celine Dion next time.
Bye, Manny.
Huh?
So a little pep in my step.
Pep in your step, she says. You see that huge jet ski flotilla right there? Big parade. It's probably a Trump parade, honestly. They do a lot of these water parades. So here's a place. This is one of the kayaking areas that I had mentioned. You can see a really good view of the World Trade Center right now. Can't tell if people are honking and cheering us on or what. Just saying get out of the way. Definitely hot, getting hotter, so I hope, I mean we're close, so I hope she has enough water and feels hydrated enough. We're so close. This is probably the longest I've ever been on this bike too. Getting some extra spray since I put it away. 11.47. Wow.
I'm almost done. It's so hot.
So 1.6 miles left. You got it. You're doing amazing. It's really great that she hasn't felt any pain, or maybe just has been able to work through it. So really encouraging signs, and I'm confident we'll finish now. So we are, I would call this the financial district now. There's lots of obviously lots of buildings here, skyscrapers, but office, basically. Commercial business district, essentially. And not the only, but, you know, this is starting to be where traditionally, you know, down here where Wall Street is, we won't see Wall Street or the Bull, but we will be passing it. So this neighborhood, I wouldn't say it's the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive, but you can get nice places here. The only downside is that there's just really not a lot of activity there outside of the work week, and it's not really a great place if you're young and want to be social and go out and do stuff. You know, it's just really not much. So anyway, so the Pier 26 Boathouse we're passing on the right side, that's where you can rent the kayaks. I've gone several times. And then right next to it is called City Vineyard. So I think that's maybe what I said, but that, it's not cheap, but definitely a really great place to go to during the day or at night. And then there is actually the mini golf park. So it's not the best mini golf, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to mislead you. It is cheap. They did do renovation a couple of years ago because it was horrible at one point and really dilapidated, but I think it's a little bit better now, and it's usually not too crowded. Pier 25 is, I guess, what it is. So it's a little bit warmer, but I don't know, not too bad. We'll have to do our post interview with our star runner here, but I am curious how she has felt throughout the run. Thankfully, I mean, she hasn't drank that much water, to be honest. I'm quite surprised. We ran on a very hot day once with Chris, and they each had one of these, I don't know, 25-ounce bottles, and it wasn't enough. So that makes me think that today is not too hot, which is great. I didn't hear what she said, but what did you say?
I'm dying.
Oh, you're dying. I just told everybody in America that you're gonna finish.
I don't know. I'm so slow.
She said she's slow. That's okay. I think where there's a will, there is always a way. And yeah, she's capable of doing it. And we will see her do it. We can work on it. We can train, obviously.
Yeah, you are.
She says she's tired. Understandable. I hope she's not hurting. But we are so close. This is, you see a sign here, Financial District. We may have to figure out what our path is here. This is the Empire State Trail. I was not aware of that.
Is it? Freedom Tower. What is it?
gonna take the other route. Let's catch up to her at the next stop. So it's a little bit tricky here because we're gonna end up at Wagner Park, and I'm curious to know what route she's gonna choose. So we'll see her coming down shortly. There she is. So we usually don't make it down here. Chinatown, I'll come here. It's not quite, I mean, we've already passed it. If we want to go to Governor's Island, we'll go to South Street. Oh, sorry, not South, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, but there's a place where you get on the ferry. You could go to Governor's Island, you could go to Staten Island. And there's also an area more at the bottom on the east side called South Street, I think, or something like that. That's actually one of the few more happening social areas. It's very small per se, but I mean basically what I said earlier still stands. This whole financial district area downtown is not the liveliest. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but you know, if you are looking for something like that, then you know, that's not your place to be. So now we're passing the World Trade Center, where the original Twin Towers were, and you have the what's it called? The memorial, the museum. It's very solemn. Here's Brookfield Place. You also have the World Financial Center, 4 towers. The new, I don't want to say new, it's not new, but there's something called the Oculus that was built after after 9/11, and it kind of looks like a skeleton, but I think the inspiration was sort of kind of like Phoenix rising from the ashes type of image. So can't really see it, but we're passing it on the left right now. And I believe City Hall is down here. You're almost there. She said 12.2 or something like that. So definitely can see her pace is coming down a little bit. But she's pushing. I think if she decides to do a full marathon, it will definitely test her endurance, and we'll have to, I don't even know how to train for that. I've never done it before. One adventure at a time.
I'm getting my water. ASAP.
Okay. She says she'll need her water ASAP. She has water. Maybe she just wants the cooler one. But we have plenty of water, so we'll be fine. And I just want to say this, Anchor power bank external battery has performed marvelously throughout this trip. There's still 4 lights, which is incredible. we are seriously nearing the finish line. We are so close. Probably half a mile around there. I expect to see raucous, cheering, roaring crowd. We'll be super excited to see everyone. We have family, friends. It'll be wonderful. I'm so proud of my wife. She has done such a fantastic job and is pushing through, and it's just really incredible to see it. Sure, but I feel like I was getting a I need a call. I feel like I missed a phone call. This could be the pot belly, so I don't want to stop towards the end, but I'm gonna yank out my phone just to see. Chris, her cousin, so I'll give her a call back. Yeah. No, we're oh really? You've been sitting in the Uber for that long? Yeah, what happened? What did you say? Okay. Yeah, we're like probably 5 minutes, I guess. That's okay. We'll figure it out. I mean, yeah. Yes. Okay, got it. It's okay. I mean, he'll get here eventually. Yeah, we can do that. We can do it though. Oh, it's good. I mean, I haven't seen any complaints. She actually drank very little water, but she's thirsty. She definitely told it. She said she was tired, so. Huh? Okay. We saw Maddie. Actually, it's really nice. She like she had a sign. She ran with her for probably at least a quarter mile in Birkenstocks. So it was really nice. This is New York. It's horrible. That's why, yeah, I mean, it's so hard hard to predict. It's not your fault though, don't feel bad. I know, you got all the stuff. Alright, just get here soon. Yeah. Yeah. Will do. Alright, bye.
Who's not here, Mom?
Chris.
Oh.
She got stuck.
They're Bev and Gary.
Oh, really? Oh, they can't even see us. All right, so we're almost here. This is amazing. Here, and I'm that's Bev and Gary. So sweet. Came, I don't exactly know where they live in Connecticut, but far away, and super nice that they came down. They are looking for parking. I don't know. Could take a while, who knows. Hi.
12.9 times. Really slow.
Hi. And I don't know where we are, but this is an incredible view of the of Wagner Park and the Statue of Liberty. So I'm not sure who's going to be here. There's some people missing, but anyway, more importantly, she finished, and that is the big thing.
Oh, we're supposed to go that way.
Yeah, I don't know. She just turned. Sorry about that. This guy's tugging a jet ski. And we made it! We made it! Congratulations! So she's probably rounding out the final, I don't know, whatever the last part is. But awesome, she made it. Wonderful job, babe.
Thanks, my cheering line.
Yeah. Everybody's late. Done?
Yeah.
Woohoo! All right, congratulations. All right, good job, sweetie. How are you feeling? You can't?
Sure, I can.
Oh,
But
okay. I was gonna say.
I literally said, like, get here by the like,
You're on video. Be happy. Here you go. Water. Good job.
Thanks.
Woo-hoo. So we had a little hiccup. We'll be charitable. Let's just say everybody got stuck in traffic and couldn't make it on time. But anyway, 13.1 miles. Let's see. 2 hours and
Too long.
26 minutes.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? How's your knee?
It's okay.
How are your highlights, lowlights?
Ah!
Good, good.
Here. Oh, the camera's on. Hi. Where were you? Wait, where were you though?
Is here. She can't find us.
Oh. Here, let me talk. Hi, sorry, I just was like, I have to drink water.
Can you call her back?
Yeah, I don't have
And
the,
so here's mom
the number.
and
Hi.
aunt and cousins.
Is she on? Sorry, we're trying to get food.
Alright, so we need to find food. We'll figure out everything
I
else.
was so slow. It's like,
I was a little bit worried about the food, especially the timing and location, but we'll figure it out. But anyway, that is Becky's 13.1 going on 30. Bye bye.